Okay, folks, this is the G&E show, and people are asking me, hey, Grant, you're the business guy, the sales guy, you're the negotiating guy, you're the guy I listen to every week or go to your seminars.
Yeah, and me too.
Years. Well, not you yet. This wasn't the question.
I listen to you every week.
Oh, yeah, you listen to me every week. That's true. And a number of people are asking me, why are you doing this G&E show? I come to you for money advice, sales advice, negotiating advice. We were talking about it yesterday with my crew, and they're like, yeah, but dude, you know what? The relationship, I mean, this woman, I go home to this woman. If you're married or if you have a committed relationship, you're going home. I'm going home to my wifey every day. I'm going home to my kids every day. There's no way, as much time as I spend in my work working on whatever project that we're involved in, with all the problems that happen in business, my wife and my family are the most important parts of my life. I mean, right? Look at her. She's great, right? So these are the most important things in your life. It's impossible for me personally to separate. Maybe you're a better person than I am. I can't separate the two. And by the way, why have success in business? Why have it at the bank? Why have it in programs and projects and then not have it at home?
Now, that is what I'm talking about.
And for me, it's really tough to be in this all day and then come home to her or the kids and suddenly turn it off. I know people talk about that, and there's workshops and programs for it. But the reality is I don't turn it off. I never turn it off. I come home to my wife. She's the mother of my children. She's my friend. She's the most trusted person I have in my life. She's the one I know at the end of the day is going to be there. We are also working on a number of projects. This is to answer your question about why am I doing this show, the G&E show. And we're working on a number of projects together for the first time, really starting to work together in a real way. And that adds a whole nother complication to our relationship. And how do we get along? How do we resolve conflicts? How do we find out who's...
Well, the reason what came up about the conflicts, okay, because I want you to know that because of this G&E show, we have now joined the status of like go-to couples for advice. Yes, I'll tell you why, because this is what makes it official. And I got people complaining about it. So.
Okay,
this is what makes it official. I receive an email from a woman who says that she works with her husband. They can't not work with each other because that's their business, and they need the dual income for the household. And
when did you get this email?
Like about 2 days ago.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so she gets they have it's a high stress job. They have disagreements all day long. She gets angry and bitter with him. Vice versa. They go home at the end of the day. The last thing they want to do is hang out. She goes her separate way. He goes his separate way.
They're not doing any.
Well, I didn't.
They just need to have sex more often,
okay, that would probably help. That would help. But here's what she did. She says that the marriage is suffering, and she says, "What do we do? Because I know you and Grant work together, and what is the secret, and how do you do it?" So,
what she probably said was, "I know it seems like you guys get along because you guys don't really know if we get along or not. I mean, right?"
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, you don't really know. I mean, I guess we could we could be really good actors, which
you are.
I am.
You are a good actor. I'm not. I'm the one that can't act it out. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, so now that we're the so I decided since I'm now the uncertified expert.
We got Miguel on the phone. Miguel thinks we're an expert.
I would like to hear what Miguel, and then I would like to get back to my friend
Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone on Twitter. You can hit me at Twitter. You can also call into our number like Miguel has, 305-865-5260, 305-865-5260. Miguel, what is your question, my friend?
Grant, how are you doing today? I just want to say my girlfriend and I are big fans of your and Elena's show. Question is, right now we work in financial education, and we're expanding our business big time here in Jacksonville. And what would you say is probably one of the biggest tools when you were in the grind and getting out there trying to market yourself? I mean, we use every tool, such as when it comes to social media, face-to-face prospecting, even down to cold calling, doing everything it takes to get our name out there. In your experience, what is it that you know that kept you going?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm still in the grind. I got an echo. I don't know if they hear that, but I do. I'm still in the grind, so everybody needs to understand, dude. The grind. Am I in the grind?
Oh, we're always in the grind.
And Miguel, I really appreciate you calling in and seeking advice. I just want to acknowledge those people that are still looking for new ways and tips and ideas and fuel for your fire. Dude, those are the winners, so you're already a winner. I would make a list. What I would tell you, does your wife work with you?
Yeah.
She sure does.
Yeah. I would make a list of every type of media outlet, like TV, radio, Google Plus, anything and everything that is a possible way to get your name known. Standing on a street corner, yelling, screaming, getting undressed, anything that would get you and your company attention. I would make that whole list and see how few of them you're actually using. Because typically what people do is they'll just use one or two. Don't even worry about it, Tony. Just come in. Tony, come on in. Don't worry about it being in the shot. It's all right. So, yeah, get her closer. Get closer, baby. So, Miguel, I don't know if that helps, but first thing I would do is make a list of everything and figure out which ones you guys are using, which ones you're not exploiting, and then exploit all of them. Beat them to death. Money's not the problem. It's getting people to know you. Does that help?
Absolutely. And one other thing is, one thing you really inspired me to do is to blast a lot on YouTube. I make a lot of videos of just showing it, hey, kind of giving inspiration, just kind of putting that out there on the social media. What is it that, because I see your newsfeed all the time, that you post videos of your family and everything, and what is it that made you say, listen, I'm going to go out there and just put everything, whether it's my family, my business, out there in people's lives to get them to know who I am?
Well, because I think because everybody told me I shouldn't do it. Then that's when I knew for sure it had to be the right thing to do. And then I look at all the other people that are putting themselves out there and how well they're doing. I mean, if you just look at who's getting the people that are getting the most attention are the people that are doing the best financially in their lives. And me and my wife, we're interested in our finances because we know our finances are part of our survival. It's the only way I can expand my company. It's the only way I can expand my relationship. It's the only way we can have new adventures. If we want to go on a trip or something, it actually costs money. So I'm willing to do anything and everything, and I happen to have a partner with me here that's willing to do anything and everything, to make sure we reach our goals. Miguel, thank you so much for calling. Are you going to see me in Orlando? Are you going to come to Orlando tomorrow?
That's absolutely the deal now. We were on the couple because we have a big opportunity meeting tomorrow evening, so we would have to shoot down there bright early in the morning.
No, you'll be back in Jacksonville by 5 o'clock. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay?
No,
hey, thanks for calling.
Huh? Friday morning, right?
No, tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay.
Hey, don't confuse everybody.
Damn.
Thanks, Miguel. Thanks for calling in. Our number here is 305-865-5260, 305-865-5260. Now, go back to your email. What did you tell this woman who's working with her husband and they're not getting along, they're not having sex?
Well, I don't know for sure they're not having sex. They should be, because that always helps. However,
that dropped out early.
The uncertified expert wrote her back, and I said, listen.
You're the uncertified expert.
I'm the uncertified expert. I love my new title. I am self-proclaimed uncertified expert. So I wrote her back, and I said this. Listen, you can't keep sitting and stewing in vinegar. First of all, I hate vinegar. I hate the way it smells, tastes, everything. You're in vinegar right now. You're so mad at him, and you just go home and you keep brewing and festering. And that's not good for you. So you can't change him. What you need to do is work on changing yourself. So the first thing I told her to do was say what she's doing to him that she doesn't like. For instance,
so when you do this with me,
when I do this with you, for instance, if we get into an argument and we do, yeah, right. And there's times where it's tense and the liking for each other falls out.
When
I do that, I'm
moving away from you right now. I'm trying to get away from you right now because
I look at, all right, what have I done to you? All right, did I go tell 5 of my girlfriends how horrible you are?
So wait,
because I wouldn't want you to go tell your friends bad things about me or something.
So let me understand this, okay? And so when you're getting brutal on me, Okay, you're making little significant. I'm terrible.
Sitting in vinegar.
I'm not a good guy.
I'm percolating in all this venom about you, and then every little action that you do feeds on it, and then I have so much hostility, and then then I think of all these great lines I can spew out, and I can't wait to spew them out.
And all the things I did wrong.
Yes,
and how bad I am.
Everything. I'm good at it too. I come up with some great one-liners. I pride myself on my wit.
And it's not like I don't provide a lot of content.
However,
right?
Oh, you do provide a lot of content.
I'll give you so what you do at that point is you realize that. I realize
it's got to stop. I freaking hate vinegar. I've got to be done with the vinegar. I knock it off. I get really straight with myself. And as your little wristband says, I don't be a little bitch anymore. And I don't like cursing, but in the context of this word bitch, it means stop complaining and all that whining and whatever. I knock it off. I stop. I don't talk to my little friends. I don't talk to my mom about you and tell them all the bad. I don't go create this whole alliances.
What do you do?
Well, the first thing I do is I knock off that.
Yeah.
The second thing I do is I start looking at why I fell in love with you in the first place. What do I like about you? What have you been doing? How hard are you working your butt off to provide for the family? I like your little cute nose. I like your hands. I start thinking about little stuff. In the beginning, it has to be I like his pinky. That's it. Or I like the little bridge on his nose. That's it. But then I keep working up my way up, and I start realizing that there's lots of things that I love and admire. I love what a wonderful father you are, and this and that.
Okay, so let me understand this. So rather than you just, when we're having a problem, and what you're telling this woman is, hey, rather than being critical of him.
And festering. And vinegar.
Find one thing that you're doing that you're not okay with.
Don't fester. That's right.
Number 2, knock it off. Quit acting like a little bee.
Quit acting like a little biatch, and your turn.
Number 3, then you make a list of 3 or 4 or 5 things that you like about me. Even though you hate my guts
at
the
time.
Right?
And I do that list until I actually got to a point where I do like you again.
Yeah.
If it takes 3, if it takes 20.
You don't like that look right there.
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it doesn't.
See, and I'm never yelling at you. I don't yell.
Want to get wrinkles and more gray hair.
Now, the thing that I
here.
always do with her. Now, let me tell you one of the things I do, because I get critical of her. Same thing happens. Man, she missed this. She missed that. I was doing it this morning. Hey, when are you going to get on this? She's playing Candy Crush at night. That pisses me off. I'm like, I got all these projects to do, and you're playing freaking Candy Crush. And she loves Candy Crush. Okay,
I love me some Candy Crush.
And what I do at that moment is I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, on a scale from 0 to 100. Even though she's playing Candy Crush, even though she didn't get me bacon this week and she forgot that at the grocery store, even though blah, 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 whatever, right? On a scale from 0 to 100, what would I give her? Okay, she's a 92. The moment I say, she's
a B+.
It's a B+.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Hell no.
But the moment I'm like that, because I used to do that to you. I said, you were mad at me one day. I'm saying, hey, on a scale from 0 to 100, what am I? And you're like, about a 93, 94. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. That's a passing grade. So, folks, here's your takeaway today, okay? What Elena told this woman that I think is right. I know we use this in our relationship. I got to do it on my side. She does it on her side, right?
Yeah, once I get to the point where I like you, then I try to do nice things for you, and it's not actually for you. It's to make myself feel better about you.
Yeah, and it's to make sure that we survive as a relationship too, because relationships are hard. They're definitely complicated, but, and this is what I always remind myself of, no matter how tough your relationship is, folks, it's not as tough as being by yourself. So make it work. Look, you're responsible for everything that happens to you. She's responsible for everything that happens to her. I'm responsible for everything that happens to me. If I'm having a bad day, I don't like the way she's acting, it's probably something I'm doing. You agree with that?
Oh, of course.
Change what you're doing that's not optimal. That's what I always say. What am I doing that's not optimal in my own life that she is causing me to think about? Oh, you know what? I play poker on my iPad, and I wasted 30 minutes when I could have written another chapter.
Truth revealed.
Right? And then she talked about reestablishing the fondness. What is the fondness we have for one another? What do I love about her? What is great about her? Why is she so special?
And I always go back to looking at the big picture, where we're trying to go. What are we trying to do with our family? What are we trying to do with our business? And usually the little small stuff falls to the side.
I'm Grant Cardone. This is Elena Cardone. You can find us on Twitter.
I'm the E in the G and E. I'm the excellence.
And G and E stands for?
Well, you said greatness and excellence, which means I am the excellence.
Or the Grant and Elena Show. We come to you every week to help you with your relationship and give you maybe a little tidbit or some fuel for your fire, to reignite your fire so that you and your spouse, your kids, your family, so you're in there with purpose, man. You're in there freaking pushing together as a team, not pulling each other apart. Can you change this image? These people behind me are making me sick.
Because
I know they're not going to get any place.
We lovers. We're not fighters now.
Yeah. And so, look.
Oh, there you go.
I hope the takeaway for you is, look, and share this YouTube channel. Share this with your friends. Share it with maybe spouses. YouTube.com/Grant Cardone. And you can also find this on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Woo!
Man, there's so many.
We all over the place.
SoundCloud,
we dominating the space.
Podcasts. We got podcasts. This is free, dude, folks. We deliver this to you each week for free. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing the 10X seminar in Orlando, Florida. Right after this show, I'm going to set up for what's called the Cardone Zone. I'm going to be talking about net worth and cash flow. Tomorrow I'll be doing Orlando, Florida with Mel Robbins, Jason Mudd, Jack Giacontelli, Paul Potrats. I'm sorry, brother, man. October the 3rd. The tickets are only $99. You can get VIP seating for $349. That workshop will be worth $1 million to anyone that goes. I guarantee you. The only thing that's not going to be there is my wife. I couldn't.
Wow.
She's got some commitments here. Every week, the G&E show, it's 10 or 12 minutes long each week to give your relationship that little snap.
Bam!
Okay? Hey, let your friends know. When you email them back and say, hey, a little sex, a little grounding pound
goes a long way
to fix a little conflict. This is Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone. Pow, pow. Got to get our music back next week, though, boys.
Yeah, we need the bumping.